When we return, we see that Kate has been locked in her room. Anything she could use to hurt herself or others is taken away. She just cries to herself in bed to keep looking, keep watching the skies. During this downtime, Pavel runs secondary tests, and they realize the infected urine was actually Olga's. With it now found out, Olga begins to convulse and shake in an inhuman way. It's like the world's most intense seizure, kinda like Palmer in the original. Some of her hair starts to fall out as her exposed scalp rips open, revealing a giant eye. Her lower jaw expands and her teeth sharpen. Her right cheek stretches and tears. You could see her back teeth, and her tongue has become purple and engorged. Her fingers stiffen together and become straight and insectoid. Tentacles sprout from her back and begin whipping all around. Her clothes rip, revealing a giant mouth with teeth on the left side of her torso. Part of her purple tongue flops out of her cheek and begins ballooning outwards like bubblegum. We see her legs and feet glue together and fuse. The line indicating two legs disappear when some sort of sap forms in between it. Her lower half resembles a slug. It's dripping with slime and mucus. Blake has the flamethrower now. As the Olga beast stands up, it swings one arm and scrapes the flamethrower. Blake hears the gas leaking from the flamethrower and quickly takes it off. Whitley is slapped around by her back tentacles, which are going wild. He falls to the floor. Blake orders North to torch it, since he now has the blowtorch, but he's on the side of her where the third eye is. Much like how some butterflies use their wings to alarm or confuse their enemy, the absolutely foreign eye hypnotizes North. Its pupil has various strange colors moving all around, some not even recognized on Earth. Blake keeps trying to snap North out of it. The thing slithers up to Pavel, leaving a slime trail behind it. It impales him on the mouth and down his throat. The force of it breaks his glasses off his face. The sides of his mouth instantly rip to fit the Olga beast's arm. Gennady staggers back at the monstrous sight of what he once thought was his wife. He runs out of the room. We could see and hear Pavel swallowing something. The hand must have opened up inside him and is now filling him with something. My guess is it's the same Twinkie mix goo it shot at the dogs in the kennel during the original movie. Yeah, that stuff is what Twinkies are made of. Good luck eating one of those again. Anyway, it seems to be part of this particular thing's assimilation process. Blake tries to take the blowtorch from North, but his grip is solid as Blake tugs while also begging North to comply. Although this tactic may be used on other planets to simply confuse other life forms, North appears to have permanent brain damage. Cut to Gennady stumbling down the hallway, rubbing his eyes, his teeth clenched. He passes by a black door. Back to the chaos. While on the floor, Whitley lifts his head and notices the trail of slime the Olga beast left behind. Whitley springs into action as he takes the container of gasoline that he had and pours it across the trail. Pavel seems to have become a thing, as his dead, seemingly uninterested eyes shoot towards Whitley and then back to eye contact with the Olga beast, a sign or warning of oncoming danger. Blake finally gets the blowtorch. While he was struggling with North, he saw what Whitley did and points the torch towards the trail. Whitley yells, "Now!" The Olga beast swings back and hits Whitley in the chest, which makes him fly out of the doorway into the hall, where he lands on his back. Blake lights the slime trail as the flame spreads upwards towards the Olga beast and engulfs it in flames. Blake sees Whitley on the floor and runs out of the room to help him up. The Olga beast slinks around in burning agony. Blake begins to help Whitley up, and they both see North just standing there. Their gaze lowers to see the leaking flamethrower as the flaming Olga beast moves towards it. Time seems to stop as they notice this. They both get up and run as fast as they can, but they don't make it far before the huge explosion. They hit the floor again and duck in cover. North perishes. He never even moved a muscle. Since there were stoves and microwaves and other electrical appliances that involve heat and fire, the explosion was very damaging. The kitchen is now a crackling inferno. Windows are broken, parts of the walls have broken off, letting the cold in, and the flames continue to spread. They move down the hall and pass Kate's room. There's a peephole on it, and when they pass, they hear Kate telling them to stop. Her voice is muffled. "What's going on?" "Things aren't going well, Kate. Let's just put it at that. It might be best to keep yourself locked in there as long as possible." "What?" Kate asks. "I'll come back for you," Blake responds. Kate becomes suddenly ominous. "Watch out for Gennady." "You saw him?" Blake asks. "There's something wrong with him. He's not human, but he's not quite one of them either. Implying that the Thing cells are in him and spreading slowly throughout his body from the interactions he had with Olga, but he wasn't assimilated like Bennings, for example. It's like a slow cancer spreading throughout him that he could feel. Whitley moves forward without Blake. Blake worriedly calls to him. Whitley, where are you going? Whitley turns and aggressively responds. We don't have time for this. Whitley starts moving. Get back here, Blake calls out, more desperately this time. Whitley, don't go alone. Whitley walks until he's out of sight. Shit. Kate speaks up through the door again. Just be careful, okay? There's a pause until Blake comedically answers. Sure. He continues to move down the hall before turning to the right and down another corridor. There are big windows which show the beautiful chaos of the storm outside. They have a light there outside the base that colors it all a dark orange, with the white and blue of Antarctica behind it. Blake has the blowtorch up and ready to fire at whatever poses a threat. He hears a roar echo through the hall before a huge bang and a ton of things falling. He runs inside the nearest room, a black door, which is an already trashed lab. The lab was trashed previously, when the Thing was sabotaging their attempt at a blood test. Blake enters to find Gennady thinging out and making an even bigger mess of the place. One of his arms is a long tentacle with bulbous fingertips at the end. His other arm is normal, but under it is a sharp extension that looks like a fleshy shark fin. There are random eyes and mouths and other parts of the face all over his back. The eyes have tears dripping from them, and some mouths scream alien shrieks of agony, while others leak blood. There's fire all around. Whitley must have tried to fight it. There's a bunch of growing plants on a table, one of Pavel's unexplained experiments. We see Gennady Thing's normal hand spread tiny thing pods into the soil in hopes to preserve its continuation. It knows Blake is there. Blake looks on in horror. Gennady Thing turns around as his face finishes transforming. His eyeballs fall out as left one hangs from the socket by a cord, and his lower jaw is gone. His tongue shrivels up into nothing. Spiked growths shoot out from his chest. His legs and feet look like moist talons. A horizontal cut spreads across Gennady Thing's stomach, and two paws come out as a decaying cat-like abomination emerges from its gut. It hisses and makes blood-curdling death moans like an injured feline. Gennady Thing whips the blowtorch out of Blake's hands with its long arm. It turns out the reason the fingertips are so round is because they're actually eyeballs, which blink at Blake. It tries to hit him again, but Blake rolls out of the way. He notices the blowtorch is across the room and he can't get it, so he searches his pockets for a flare. He doesn't have one. He looks up at the table next to him and notices Gennady's taser, with ripped pants next to it. Blake grabs it and shoots Gennady Thing, which makes it trip back into the plants, destroying that table and the vegetation. Gennady Thing is now pissed, but Blake took that moment while it was stunned to run across the room and grab the blowtorch. He sets the Gennady Thing ablaze as it runs out of the room, into the corridor, breaks through the glass windows, and lands in the snow. Blake looks out the broken window to see Gennady Thing writhing in the snow, trying to put itself out, but Blake ain't having it as he toasts it again as it lets out a final cry.